Hello, doll friends. Welcome to the Doll Coven. I'm Julie. Thank you so much for joining me as I continue on with this doll collection series of mine. As you can already tell by the title of this video, we will be covering my Pullip collection, and these are in no particular order. Let us start off with Vampire Elisabeth. I received her off of a Facebook buy sell trade group in 2021. At that point in time, she was retired, so she was very hard to get. And the person who sold her to me had bought her secondhand, already pre owned. So she's had a couple owners now before me. And so therefore she wasn't in the most pristine condition. Her eye mechanism is broken, so her eyes won't close. And she didn't come with the full stock. She came with most of it, but she was missing her shoes and she was missing her fangs, which didn't bother me. I just knew that at that point in time she seemed really hard to get, and especially at a good price. And so when I saw her, I had to jump on it because uh, just based on the pictures, she looked like otherwise in great condition and affordably priced. I think her dress is one of the most beautiful of the pull-ups that I have. Just all of the detail. It's so gothic, it's so romantic. The lace and the little flower and the cameo accent. She is one of my favorites, and so I have no regrets. So her eye mechanism does move from side to side. This is not what's broken, but then trying to close, I'm not quite able. But you can see what her eyelids look like. It's like this kind of magenta color to them. Her hair was also a little bit dry. I mean, not a little bit. It was, when she came to me, her hair was pretty dry, and I had to give her a bit of a conditioning. And even now, even with the conditioning, it's still dry. I just recently conditioned her for this video and combed her through. And so yeah, this wig isn't the greatest. It is only natural that I follow Elisabeth up with her sister Carmilla. I bought Carmilla pre-owned off of Mercari in 2023. A doll friend had alerted me to the fact that she was being sold on Mercari. And what was stressful was that at that time, I was in Norway. And Norway did not like the site Mercari. So there were security measures in place that I could not access the site, so I could not make a transaction to buy the doll. And I was so afraid that I was going to miss out on her. Luckily, when my friend told me that she was up for sale, I was already headed back to the US. So, I was back in the US in less than 24 hours. But yeah, that was a concern. But luckily, everything worked out. I was able to snatch her up. So I'm so happy I have the pair of them. And her wig is definitely better. It feels like softer than Elisabeth's. She has the same, well, her eyelids are a little bit darker in shade, but the eye mechanisms work fine. She came with, I would say, I think almost all her stock. Gorgeous gown with this velvet. Um, of the two, I would say Elisabeth's is still my favorite, but Carmilla is also lovely. Her hairstyle is very ornate. And here are her shoes. I can't remember if these are her stock shoes or if I put these on her. I can't remember. This is Jang-mi, which is Korean for rose. This is my first and only doll that I've ever had commissioned for a custom. And that was pretty like, I don't know, that was pretty impulsive of me at the time because I'd only just started collecting pull-ups. I think I had maybe one other pull-up before I decided to ask Charon for a commission. So this is a Charon Dolls um, creation. And so, but this was during the pandemic. So, and I don't regret it. I truly do not, because she came out exactly how I wanted. Charon really just, she brought my ideas to life. And it was just such a fun process to be able to correspond with her and give her my reactions to different options. And it was such a fantastic experience. And the artistry speaks for itself. Like, look at her face up. Um, and it's just the wig, like everything is so quality. But I had told Sharon, I wanted like a romantic goth style doll. I also told her that purple is my favorite color. And so you can just see all the attention to the details. Her face with the makeup and, oops, sorry, just bumped the camera. The eyelids with the purple. This is one of the outfit options that I chose from, and I think it's just so perfect for her, this gown. And I pretty much leave her in this gown. Here are her shoes. And then let's take a look at the back here. Sharon gave her a little rose tattoo. Sorry, I keep bumping the camera here. The rose tattoo on her back, and it says number 142, Jang-mi, Sharon in 2021. This is Eclata, and this is the most recent pull-up to be added to my collection. I received her as a gift in 2025, so just last year. And I don't know that I've shown her on my channel before. I can't remember. But my first and only mocha skinned Pullip, and she came with all her stock, although she's not wearing everything from her stock. But just look at this dress. And like the gloves, just so much detail, so much like beautiful embellishment with like the pearls. This stock is gorgeous. It's very impressive. You've got the fishnets with the shoes. And her face is gorgeous. I love the color of her eye chips. And we have a nude eyelid with some gold lining there. Yeah, my friend took very good care of her, as she does with all her dolls, and so she came to me in such fabulous condition. I mean, look at these ringlets. Still very well formed, very soft. I'm just so happy to have her because I had seen her before. Of course, she was retired, I believe. Think so. So I just didn't think I'd ever get her. Optical Alice is the very first pull-up I ever bought in 2021. I love me an Alice in Wonderland theme. I also love me white and silver haired dolls. And so there's a lot about her that appealed to me. The wig is very nice and soft. The eye chips are fun with like the star details, and it's just a nude eyelid. But yeah, really her white hair was a strong selling point, along with this pretty cool stock. Like this dress is so fun, as well as the striped stockings and like the platform shoes with the white bows. You've got the bow on her hair. Yeah, there's just so much detail and thought that went into her design. So, yeah, she's the one that started it all with the Pullips. Following with the Alice theme and then also the silver white haired theme, we have Steampunk Mad Hatter. And I don't have all her stock on her. She's got like a hat. I forget what else she has, but let me think. She was also secondhand. I bought her off that same Facebook group. And I remember having seen other pictures of her on Facebook where she was in a different dress and she just looked like she would be a versatile doll that taken out of her stock, she could, go from steampunk and edgy to more soft and romantic. And so that was another thing that appealed to me, along with just the whole, again, Alice theme, the gray silver hair. Her eyes are really pretty. It's like light icy blue, another nude eyelid. I think her hairstyle is really fun. The wig is nice. And of course, the steampunk theme. It's great. You've got, again, striped stockings with these like chonky shoes. And I have taken her out of her stock and have dressed her in other things and think she looks great. But yeah, she's been back in her stock for a while. I've been pretty lazy about changing my Pullip's clothes because their stock clothes are just really beautiful. And so I find that I don't really change. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there are only a few where I make the effort to change their outfits. We're going to round out the silver-haired ladies with, oh gosh, I'm going to butcher this name, Möer by Dim Moire. So this is a Pullip collaboration with the Japanese, I think they're a fashion company called Dim Moire. And I've renamed her Darkling. This was a surprise birthday gift. She's just perfect in every way. So this ruffled blouse is part of her stock, but I think this is from Rainbow High or Shadow High. Yeah, this is not hers. And then these are just random like Barbie boots. But yeah, I love her so much. All of the wonderful details, like her earring studs, and then you have her matching silver eye chips, and then her eyelids, which are just so badass. That's such a great detail. Yeah, and then she's got more earrings on this side, more cartilage piercings. This is Kiyomi. She is not in her stock. Her stock is very kawaii. This is another Pullip's stock. And I don't own that Pullip. Nanette something Nanette. I can't remember. But I bought her once again, secondhand off that same Facebook group. Yeah, that was becoming a problem. I was like, I need to stay off this group. Anyway, she is one that I have admittedly have had some trouble, bonding with. And I had considered rehoming her a few times. She, I don't know. I just don't know, like, what it is about her that I can't seem to connect with. I mean, she's gorgeous. And this was another doll that I thought, oh, I can, dress her up in different outfits, and I think she would be pretty versatile. But I don't know. And her wig is pretty dry. It isn't the greatest. I should give her another conditioning. But, and there's a lot of hair, so I've had to pull it back. But yeah, this is, oops, she's losing her shoe. But yeah, this is the beautiful stock of another Pullip. And I love her in this look, actually. It's very, once again, kind of this like romantic goth. That's a particular aesthetic that I'm very much into. She's pretty. She's sweet looking. I like her golden eye chips. Yeah, she's got nude colored eyelids. I don't have a lot of, I guess, like blonde dolls. I mean, the two vampire sisters, I guess they're kind of like what, like a strawberry blonde, maybe? So, yeah, but on the whole, I have more like dark haired dolls than anything, or like fantasy colored hair dolls. So, this is Kiyomi, and she's going to stick around for a little while longer. This is, what's her name? Xiao Fan. I'm probably butchering that Chinese name. I've renamed her Sweet Pea. She was a gift, and she is from, I think, an older body mold. I'm not quite sure. So she was already pre-owned before me, and because I am in love with the color purple, my friend thought of me when she was rehoming her. So very grateful to my friend. Love the color combination of the green eye chips with the purple hair. And you've got these shimmery green eyelids. But yeah, she's a pretty simple doll. Let me think. This is, she didn't come with her stock. And this is somebody else's dress. This is another Pullip's dress. Sumiko, oh, I don't remember. It's my husband. It's his Pullip's stock outfit. So yeah, I stole that from him. Next up is Veverka. I call her Vivi for short. This was a gift from Matt. Got her in 2022. She is in her stock. Whenever the colder months come around, I do put her in her stock, although she does not have her squirrel tail on. But yeah, this is another one that I do change her out of her stock and put her in other different outfits, and she is very versatile. So we have the pretty brown eye chips and this, what is this, like an olive green eyelid. Got some freckles here on her face. So you've got this top layer, and then this you can take off. Here are her shoes. I just love her look. This like cottage core herbal witch look, but make it squirrel. We're going to end with these two ladies right here. This is Ddalgi, and this is damaged Ddalgi. Ddalgi is short for, or rather is Korean for strawberry. And the reason I have two of them is because I started out with this one. I bought her off of Pullip Style, which is a website that is no longer around, unfortunately, but it wasn't too long after that I ended up breaking her foot at the ankle because I was trying to change her out of her clothes, and the boots that she came in were so tight. And I was trying to be as careful as possible, but even with that, I managed to, break her foot. I was able to glue it back on, but as you can see, there is no articulation now. I mean, that foot's just going to stay as it is, whereas with this one, you can see the articulation. So that really bummed me out. And then sometime later, my friend, same Ddalgi friend, who just has become my like Pullip supplier, my doll supplier. She was rehoming more Pullips. And so when I found out that she was selling Ddalgi, I was like, I would love to buy her off of you. And so I did. And I thought, okay, well, now I have two. So I have one. She is in great condition. This is her stock. And she has, of course, more pieces that I don't have on her, except for the shoes. The shoes belong to Matt's Pullip. What is the name? Sumiko Gurashi, I think, is the name. So Sweet Pea is wearing Sumiko's dress, and Ddalgi is wearing her shoes. Anywho. So now that I had this doll, I was like, well, I will keep her name Ddalgi, and I will call her Damaged Ddalgi. And so let's take a look at her face close up. So we've got these deep green eye chips and this pink eyelid and just beautiful black hair. She is another doll that is very amenable to having outfit changes and just looking great in a lot of different styles. So then since I had, two Ddalgis, I was like, well, let me play around with damaged Ddalgi and give her a different look. So I basically gave her a haircut. And I gotta say, I'm really loving this bob cut on her. I think it looks great, actually. And then so I gave her this outfit that I got off of Etsy. And it's a little more kind of rocker, a little harder edged in contrast to her strawberry sister. So that is the story of Ddalgi and Damaged Ddalgi. And that wraps up this installment of my doll collection series. Thanks so much. I will catch you in the next video.